Hi, this is Scott Marshman with eCabinets Tips and Tricks. This is part 4 on creating a workbook that you could use to add data to eCabinets batch area. In the last video, part 3, I showed you guys how you could use a pivot table to summarize the data that was exported into or imported into our workbook using Power Query. Today, we're going to be creating some data validation drop-down lists that will allow us to choose the type, the name of the item, and the directory that the item's stored in. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and get started with getting our name ranges. So I want to select in this cell right here, and up here in my name box, right up here where you see B1, that's where I've got my cursor selected at. I want to type the word type in there, okay? That's going to be the name of that name range. And then hit enter. And that's got that one in there. And let's do the same thing with this one. This one's going to be directory. So let's go ahead and change that to directory. Hit enter. And we can test this out. If I come up here and I select type, we should see our selection go to draw box here to type. Okay, and then if I select directory, it goes to my draw boxes. Okay, that's exactly what we want to happen. Now let's go ahead and get this name range. This is going to be a dynamic name range. We could just scroll way down here to some odd thousand rows and set that as the name range, but that's just not going to be dynamic for us. So let's select, I'm going to select in this cell right here. I'm going to go to formulas, and under name manager here, I'm going to select name manager, and I'm going to select new. Okay, so there's our new name started right there, and it is named. That's because that's where I selected to start at. And we got this right down here. It says equals eCabinets data PT A4. We don't want that. What we want to do is use an offset function along with the count A function to capture our dynamic name range. So I'm going to say equals offset, and then open parentheses, and I'm going to select this cell right here, A4. Okay, and I'm going to say comma 1 because I want to go down one row, and comma and over 0 columns. That's actually going to start it right here. Okay, now we need to do the count A function. Okay, so I'm going to say comma count A, and then open parentheses. Now what the count A function does is it counts the non-blank cells. So it's going to start right here in column A, and it's going to say, okay, well, there's one that's not blank, there's two that's not blank, that one's blank, so I'm not going to count it. That would be 3, 4, 5, and so on. Okay, so what we want to do is go ahead and put a closed parentheses right there, and we want to go -3. Okay, since it's not counting this blank cell right here, and we started up here at the very top, we need to subtract 1, 2, and 3 to capture this right here. Okay, I want to go ahead and close off everything with close parentheses and click OK, and we have no errors, so everything looks good. Let's click right down here, and we should see the marching ants surround this range right here. So just select right down here where we put our formula in, and you see that it indeed did work. So all that's working good. What we need to do next is come into sheet 1 and create our drop-down, our data validation drop-down list. So I'm going to select an A2 here, and I'm going to hit Control, Shift, and down, and we're going to go ahead and get our name in there. So I want to go to Data and Data Validation, select Data Validation from this drop-down, and we want to select List from here. Okay, so List. Okay, and the source is going to equal So I need equals, and it's going to be my name range name. So type name right here. Click OK. Now what it's done is it's put a drop-down list all the way down to the very end of Excel because we used the Control Shift down. Okay, let's do the same thing right here for directory. Again, Control Shift and down. Data validation again, list, and the source this time is going to be our name range directory. So equals directory. So we got that now. Let's come over here and get the type. Again, data validation, and list, and the source is going to equal type. And we're good to go on that. So let's take a look at this now. We got our directory, we got our name, okay, we got our type. So if we come over here and we clear out our filters and start over from scratch, and let's say we want to select a cabinet. I want to select cabinet here and scroll down through here till I find my cabinet library that I want. Standard cabinets here. I'm going to go right here under name, select the cabinet. Now I can make this wider if I want to so I can see better. Let's just stretch it out here. So standard base frame there, and my directory is standard cabinets. Okay, I can auto size this, and the type is going to be cabinet. Then the only thing I need to do is type my quantity in here, 1, and my height, let's go 34.5, and the width, we're just going to make that 36, and then the depth, we're going to make that 24. And then if you want to put a new name in here, you can sure do that right here. So that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. In the next video, we'll be testing this thing out. We'll save it and see if we can get it to export into eCabinets batch area. We'll be adding a new cabinet folder, a new library to our cabinet folder, and we'll be adding a new cabinet to that library folder, and then we're going to refresh this and make sure it works properly. So I hope this video helped you guys out. If it did, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can get all my latest tips and tricks. And remember to click on that bell icon so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. As always, thank you for watching and have a good day.